overwhelming initial impression is that this is not a hard car to drive. It's not intimidating. Anyone can get in a Veyron and drive sensibly all day long. My only slight discomfort is the fact that the pedals are a bit offset to the centre of the car with that big front left-hand wheel. And in fact, the left foot on its rest is almost right in the middle of the steering wheel. So that does take a bit of getting used to. Inevitably, you'll soon tire of cruising along in 7th gear at just 1,500 RPM. You want a bit more action. You simply move the gear lever from D to S without even touching any more throttle. You've suddenly got 5,000 RPM on the clock and you're in 2nd gear. And now I'll touch the throttle. 3rd, 4th, 5th. It's amazing how you have to constantly keep on refocusing your eyes to a point further and further away, because the horizon you're heading into gets narrower and narrower and narrower as you cover so much ground. This is just on deceleration. Both feet off the pedals. It's coming now. 3rd, slowing, 2nd, feet off, 1st. And then we go again. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. When you want to use the brakes and not just plain deceleration, the pedal is firm and strong. Hugely confidence-inspiring. I am beginning to be astounded by what this car can do, and I've hardly explored any of it yet. Now, the only problem with leaving it in sport is that when you're just cruising along, it'll just sit there at, say, 5,000 RPM waiting for you to accelerate up to the limiter. So now if you want to enjoy the car more and enjoy this wonderful gearbox, which is made in Britain, I'd like to point out, at Leamington Spa, indeed, you can start to use the pedals. Up we go from 2nd to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I think it's probably the usability of the gearbox that is the most striking thing initially. Then the ride quality. This is a country road, and most supercars like this with sports suspension, those low-profile tires, will be pulling this way and that way across the canvas of the road. And yet the Veyron just sits in calm and poise and takes it all in their stride. It's amazing.
There was one last task: to try and hit full power.
Now the power meter's reading 950, 1,001 there for a moment, accelerating hard in 3rd gear. Round the corner, the steering weight feels good, more than 1,000 horsepower being unleashed. It drops to about 900 when you change down again. It's up to 1,000 again, 950, 1,000, 5th gear, 1,000, 6th gear. I think that's a bit fast. Mr. Veyron, we're just sort of stuffing the spoiler slightly. Oh, that big wind's come up, and I think that means we're doing a bit faster than we should. What the car!
It's so fast, the local fighter jets ran home scared. But how well can a 2-ton car handle? The first thing I wanted to test was the traction control system.
With so much power, the ESP really does need to be good if amateurs are going to start flooring it. Full lock, floor it. Full throttle, nothing, 100 horsepower, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. I'll call it quick, just a bit of understeer. Floor it, full throttle, nothing. It won't give. I can't get into trouble. I'm trying to get into trouble, but I can't. Hard on the brakes, ABS clicking, then obviously if I turn in too fast I can just plough off the road, but now if I'm stupid with the throttle, it'll do no harm. So even the most stupid, reckless person cannot get into much of a mess, apart from just going into a corner way too quick, and for that there's no solution ever been invented. Go on, slide, go on. How about a left and a right? ESP going off all the time, and it still changed direction. 2 tons changing direction like that.
I was staggered. I never thought it possible that the electronics could be so sophisticated to rein in all that power. To enjoy a Veyron, you need to be rich, but you don't need to be a good driver.
So the final question has to be, just how good is the chassis hidden away by the ESP? Well, they tried to hide the ESP button, but I found out where it is. And it's just down somewhere. I got it there. Now, we're going to unleash 1,000 horsepower with no safety net. We actually have the Bugatti people standing just on my left watching this, so we're being a bit tentative. Down in the hairpin, first gear, 1,000 horsepower. It's quite controllable, Flick. Now I've got to open the throttle very gingerly. Tell you what, this is even more unexpected. The chassis is actually pretty well balanced underneath all this brute force and huge weight. That was quite a nice balance. Power slide. Great steering feel, light, loads up when you need it to load up. Brake pressure always there. So this is the big surprise. The fastest car in the world. It's also one of the easiest cars in the world. This Bugatti Veyron really is a car of extraordinary capabilities, and there are 2 very good reasons why I don't want to switch it off. Firstly, because I just want to keep on driving it, and secondly, because when you do switch it off, every Veyron beams back the speed you've been doing to the factory. So I better keep going then.